gets front end loader at a time.
One bucket load at a time.
Democrats would do it that way, but Republicans use a loader. Oh, I just.
Couldn't help yourself.
I
could
couldn't
you,
help
Roy?
it.
You couldn't help yourself. I'm glad you're quick, bud. That's quicker than that.
We're taking tires for free for 1 week.
Yeah. And we're gonna have a bunch of them.
While we have the shredder, we're also taking yard waste at no charge.
Right. Branches, limbs.
If you need help opening a plastic bag, we'll give you directions.
The instructions are on the bottom.
Exactly, just shake it.
So Rob sent me their estimates for what he's got so for tonight.
That's good. So you're gonna be there tonight?
I'm not getting him to commit.
Not getting a commitment yet? Yeah.
But what do we need him for?
We really don't.
Don't have to.
All I need
Just
are the numbers.
Numbers, yeah.
We've done our part a month ago.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll now reopen our commissioner meeting session for the afternoon session. And we're going to start off with a public hearing. And Kim, could you read the roll, please?
Commissioner Attell,
Present.
Commissioner Sukla,
Here.
Commissioner Candelaria,
Here.
Administrator Powers,
Present.
Attorney Baxter is tardy,
Tardy, he's on
and Kim
another.
Purcell, Montezuma County Clerk and Recorder. Notice is hereby given that the Montezuma County Board of County Commissioners will hold a public hearing for the purpose of reviewing and determining a proposed single-lot development and rezoning application submitted by William Butler, POA for Vesta Butler, on property located at 26986 Road R, Dolores, Colorado, consisting of 49.61 acres, more or less, located south of Road R, west of Highway 145, situated in Section 36, Township 37 North, Range 16 West, NMPM. The hearing will be held Tuesday, August 27, 2019, at 1 p.m. Commissioners' Hearing Room, 109 West Main, Cortez, Colorado. Interested persons may attend and give input. Information may be obtained from the Planning Department, Room 270, County Administrative Building, Cortez, Colorado, or accessed online at http://montezumacounty.org, Web Departments Planning. You may also contact the Planning Department at 970-565-2801 with questions. This file can be inspected in the Planning Department during regular office hours. Dated this 9th day of August 2019, Kim Purcell, Clerk, Board of County Commissioners, Montezuma County, Colorado. Published in the Journal on Tuesday, August 13, 2019.
Thank you, Kim. Is Mr. Taylor here, or excuse me, Mr. Butler?
I am Scott Wallace, real estate broker and agent. We have a signed agent form in the file, and I'm working for
Representing.
Mr. Butler, yes.
Okay. Tell us what we're doing here.
Well, we've got approximately a 50-acre piece that what we're trying to do is, the mom, Vesta, is in her later years, and they need to sell off some property to support her health costs at this point. It's her wishes that her daughter stay. There's two homes, the main residence, and then I'm not exactly sure when the mobile went in, but there's a nice double wide that's on that property as well. And it's the mom's wishes that the daughter, who lives in the mobile, is able to stay there. So what we're attempting to do, and I think that picture that you're looking at shows both those buildings, is to subdivide that approximately 5.5 acres in the double wide and make it available for the daughter to spend the rest of her life there, while selling the remaining acreage that we actually have under contract. A farmer wants to put it back into production. It will be in ag, And by selling that, then we'll secure the finances to take care of Mrs. Butler. So that's the general idea of what we're doing here. What you see in front of you is that that kind of wedge-shaped pre-design. Ernie has been out there and done his initial field work. There's no pins that have been set yet. He's told me that he hopes to have the final to me next week. That bottom section, that southerly section may change and square off. There may be a notch. That line may come down on the west side a little bit and then jog over to accommodate a fence line that's there and make it easy for the boundary and farming. It'll be continued, all of it's going to be continued to be farmed, even if the ownership is not with the farmland. They may not match up, but the intent is to farm it all. Mr. Wilbanks out of Mancus, his family, he grew up and his family still resides on the other side of Road R. So it's working out to be a great deal. He sold his farm over in Mancus. He wants to relocate the operation to here. His parents and relatives are across the street and has been friends with the Butlers for a long time. They all grew up together. So it's kind of playing out in a really nice way. So we're hoping to gain your support today so we can go ahead and finalize the surveying and move forward.
Okay, so they're selling the Butler residence with the big parcel, right?
Yes.
The only thing we
Correct.
second
Yeah.
out's a mobile home for the
They'll
daughter.
also sell a section of water, some shares.
There's like 45 shares of water that are going with the property, and then I think 6 or 7 shares are being retained to maintain that little piece as well. So it'll all be irrigated and pretty much historically, but I'm sure the farming is going to be taken to the next level. I talked to Mr. Wilbanks about setting that pin out there, and because I was concerned that he'd till it up. And so I asked him, and he says, I'm going down 15 or 16 inches he's going to till. And so we'll make either a marker or, we can bury it down, 2-3 feet and still be able to find it at a later point. But just kind of want to nip that in the bud. So many times I see that, and I'll go out there and look at a property, and there's a pin laying out in a row.
So, did you come up with the 5.74 acres just because you wanted to keep 43 on the other side? Because that doesn't really, that's over that 3-to-1 ratio, right?
Well, the main thing was getting that 230-foot circle in there. I think and correct me if I'm wrong, Don, but I think that dictated us getting down far enough to where we could move out. And I think that bottom section is going to change a little bit anyway. I'm not real sure. I visited with Ernie on Friday, and until he starts putting this down on paper, it's kind of, it could vary a little bit, yes. But and trying to maintain the setbacks and
The setbacks between the mobile and the main residence.
right. It kind of dictated how it went. There's kind of a natural break right there where it is. It's really lining up kind of nice, just the way the vegetation's been set up for over the years and everything else. We may wind up moving the propane tank for the main residence. I think it's right on the line, but that's no big deal. It should probably be upgraded anyway.
And it complies with everything as far as
Yep.
the land use code, the acreage, the planning commission, did they have any?
They had no conditions, and they had a unanimous vote to move it forward for approval to you guys.
No, sir. I'd entertain a motion. Oh, that's right. We got to hear from the public. We'll now move this public hearing to the public. Anybody here that wishes to express an opinion on this development project, please come to the podium and state your name and address and give us your comments. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll now close this portion of the public hearing. Commissioners?
I'd move that we approve the rezoning for a proposed single lot development and rezoning application submitted by William Butler, POA for Vesta Butler on property located at 269-863 Road R, Dolores, Colorado, consisting of 49.61 acres more or less located south of Road R, west of Highway 145.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the proposed single lot development and rezoning application submitted by William Butler, POA for Vesta Butler on property located at 26986 Road R, Dolores, Colorado, consisting of 49.61 acres, more or less. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Thank you very much,
Proceed.
Commissioners.
Hope
Thanks,
it all
Tom.
works well for everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Scott. We'll close the public hearing.